WatchOS 10 is shaping up to be Apple's biggest update that we have ever seen on any Apple Watch. That's right, so long as you have an Apple Watch that's Series 4 and newer, you'll be able to actually have and download WatchOS 10, the latest revamped version of WatchOS. Now, there's a lot of pros and cons about this WatchOS, and hopefully somebody from Apple is actually watching this because I have a couple of complaints and some things I really don't like so much about this. For starters, I'm not a huge fan that we lost some features, unfortunately, because previously when you double tap digital crown, this will open up your previously opened app. But now it just takes us to our app switcher. Yes, we still have the capability to automatically open up Apple Pay and select our digital cards from here. But if you tap the power button on the side now, it actually will automatically take you to your control center. Now here, nothing else has really changed. Aside from the new UI look, everything else is really identical and functions exactly the same like it did on WatchOS 10. However, now when you are on your watch face, if you rotate digital crown upwards, it will take you to this new Smart Stacks, which will give you a quicker access to the date, the time, some of your recently opened apps. If you long press right here, you can actually select 3 different bookmark apps so you can have on demand to open up. Now, after using this for quite a while now, I find this not really that useful, unfortunately, as I would just forget that it's even there. Now, another thing I wish was a setting, instead of removing this feature entirely, is the fluid capability to switch between different watch faces on the fly by simply just swiping your finger down on the bottom portion of your Apple Watch. You could smoothly just transition from one watch face to the other. Unfortunately, this no longer is here, and now it's kind of tedious because you have to actually long press to select between different watch faces. Yes, you can actually select and create a custom schedule to switch between different watch faces on the go, but again, this is something that I wish was more like a setting to enable in the settings app on the Apple Watch to have this fluid switch watch faces capability, because I do understand you may have a baby or toddler who just likes to swipe between your wrists, change different watch faces. Those that don't have a kid or find themselves in situations where this is annoying, again, I wish this was a setting you could turn on and off instead of just removing it completely. Now, a thing that I really do like about the Apple Watch Ultra is the night mode capability with the Wayfinder. And if you're wondering if the Wayfinder is available on other Apple Watches on WatchOS 10, no. This is exclusive to the Apple Watch Ultra and very soon the Ultra 2. And a new feature about this is if you have an Apple Watch Ultra, there's now a new auto night shift capability, where by selecting auto, your Apple Watch, utilizing its internal sensors, could identify and detect that you're in a low light environment and will automatically enable night mode. This is super nifty, and I do like this feature a lot due to the fact that while I'm driving at night, this actually goes on automatically and definitely does allow me to retain my night vision instead of getting like flashbanged. Now, before we go on to some other things that I really don't like about WatchOS 10, let's say a quick special thanks to today's video sponsor for supporting today's video.
NordPass Business. Are you tired of wasting valuable time and energy managing your company's digital wallet? Do you find yourself constantly jiggling multiple passwords and struggling to keep the sensitive information secure? Well, worry no more. Introducing NordPass Business, the ultimate password management designed to optimize your workflow and protect your valuable data. With NordPass Business, you can save time and focus on what matters most. Say goodbye to the burden of accessing business accounts and working across multiple devices and apps. NordPass streamlines the process, allowing you to log into your account securely and seamlessly in just a matter of seconds. How often do you or your colleagues find yourself scrabbling passwords on sticky notes or searching through multiple files for login information? It's time to put an end to that. NordPass security stores and organize all your confidential information in one place. So why waste another minute struggling with passwords, management, and data security? Join the thousands of businesses already benefiting from NordPass Business by heading on over to NordPass and use the promo code you see on the screen to get started today.
Now, other honorable mentions that's worth talking about is the new Snoopy watch face. There's a lot of animations, and it's rumored that Apple will continue adding new animations for this watch face. So this is definitely a unique watch face due to the fact that it almost has endless animations and it's able to adapt to the outside temperature, and I think it's kind of cute. Now, in terms of other things, I found that I'm not a huge fan of WatchOS 10. It can be found in a timer app where previously everything was categorized more simple, as you're going to see between WatchOS 9 and WatchOS 10 right here. So we go to the very bottom where we get these like circular icons right here. On WatchOS 10, you see we have a lot more, where previously we just had a large number and everything was 1, 2, 5, 10. And you create these into custom ones, but now I find that the smaller font is a little bit confusing and a little bit slightly less easier to quickly just take a glance and tap on it. So they just made this not too easy to tap and just go, if that makes sense. Which I kind of missed how simple it was on WatchOS 9, because back then it was just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and 1 hour, which was more easier and easier to recognize to tap on a time. Not a huge issue, but just something I noticed that it takes me a little bit longer to select different times because this is kind of confusing to quickly recognize. Now, the new app's grid view is kind of confusing than previously because now everything is just scattered like this, and you lose the capability to quickly zoom all the way out and just tap on a corner and select the apps depending on the categories you have created. So we lose the capability to actually customize and rearrange them like we used to. And then in addition to that, a feature that is now gone is the capability to quickly select between list and grid view, because previously you just had a long press on a black corner and in this pop-up will come up where you can actually select list view. Now you have to scroll all the way to the very bottom and actually select list view, because if you long press around here, it's just going to give us the capability to delete these apps. So if you like to have access to the grid view again, you have to scroll all the way to the very bottom and tap on it right here. So a little more extra steps, unfortunately. So just a lot of little nitty-gritty features that was removed or bamped to the point where it's kind of useless and makes no sense, because it's kind of like those situations where why fix something when it's not broken? And Apple just clearly removed some features on the Apple Watch, and hopefully they'll be able to add it right back. But aside from that, we did receive new features on some apps, like the maps now support mapographs, which is extremely useful and beneficial for those that go on hike. Just unfortunately, it's only supported on some areas, typically around California. Other places, this data may not be available until later on. And then I do also enjoy the new additional goodies that we received for the workout app. The one I see a lot of people benefiting the most is the new outdoor bike run, which will now allow you to actually utilize your iPhone screen. You can actually see how fast you're going on your iPhone. So if you have a custom mount for your iPhone while you're cycling, you can actually see your data right there. So you don't have to look at your wrist as you cycle. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on WatchOS 10. Are you looking forward to this? If you're interested in finding out more cool features that WatchOS 10 has to offer, check out that video over there. Thanks so much for watching.